caught feelings for my friend with benefits. Anyone else been in this situation? Update: a few months ago, I matched with a girl on Tinder who I knew from high school. We were already friends on Instagram, so I reached out to see if she was interested in going on a date. Surprisingly, she agreed, but made it clear she wasn't looking for a relationship at the moment. We decided to take things casually and see where it led. She's incredibly attractive, and I've enjoyed our time together. We share a great connection when we're together, and the intimacy is fantastic. However, this weekend made me realize that I've developed feelings for her. I'm in love with her. The tricky part is that she's also seeing other guys. Even though we spend the most time together, she's openly mentioned having 5 other people she's talking to. She encourages me to explore dating others, but whenever I try, I feel conflicted because I already have her. This week, she's been distant and hasn't been messaging me much, even though I've reached out. It's been affecting my mood, so I finally mustered up the courage to check out Hinge and stumbled upon her active profile. It's tough for me right now. I feel the need to express my feelings to her. I texted her today, letting her know that I want to talk later, and she agreed. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to approach the conversation. I don't want to lose her, but I don't want to come across as pushy either. I want to be honest about my desire for something more, but I need help in figuring out how to navigate this conversation. Edit: I want to provide more clarity from one of my comments regarding the complexity of this situation. It feels like we're already in a relationship, except without exclusivity. She has even met my family, and she invited me to have dinner with her and her mom. This confusion is adding to the mix of emotions I'm experiencing. Is this normal for a casual dating scenario? It doesn't seem like it, so I'm getting mixed signals. We'll likely be seeing each other tomorrow, and I've decided to have this conversation in person instead of over the phone. Minor update: this update took longer than expected. Due to our recent busy schedules, we haven't been able to see each other much. Finally, I called her last night, and we had a conversation. I confessed my feelings and expressed my desire for exclusivity. Her response was interesting. She said that if we were to be exclusive, it wouldn't feel any different from being in a relationship. So, if we decide to be exclusive, we might as well start a relationship. She needs some time to think about it, and we'll meet up this weekend for her response. Honestly, I'm not too optimistic, and I'm not sure how I'll handle it if she rejects my request. Thank you to everyone for the advice so far. Update: caught feelings for my friend with benefits. Anyone else been in this situation? My previous post received more attention than I anticipated, and people were requesting an update. Before I begin, I want to clarify a few things. Some individuals made disrespectful remarks about the person I am involved with, possibly because I didn't provide enough information about her. We have done more than just engage in physical intimacy. We have enjoyed day trips to the beach, gone on fun dates, and she even accompanied me to my sister's engagement party. She even introduced me to her mother. Overall, it felt like our connection went beyond being friends with benefits, which is why I felt comfortable discussing exclusivity. The process of discussing exclusivity took longer than expected. We had planned to meet several times, but things kept coming up on her end, causing us to postpone the conversation. Eventually, we spoke on the phone instead of meeting in person. I knew I had to express my feelings because keeping them inside was consuming me. I poured my heart out to her. I expressed how much she means to me and that I had developed feelings for her. I shared all the qualities I admired about her and how much I enjoyed our time together. I explained that I didn't want to compete with other men and that I wanted us to be exclusive. I wanted to nurture our connection and see where it would lead. She remained calm throughout our conversation. She requested some time to think about it, as exclusivity would essentially mean we were in a relationship already. I assured her that she could take all the time she needed. Days went by, and I didn't hear from her. It had been a couple of weeks since we had seen each other, and our communication had been minimal. I brought this up, and she apologized, explaining that she had a lot going on and that her mental health hadn't been great. Early on, she had mentioned that during depressive episodes, she tends to withdraw from everyone. So, this wasn't unexpected. Finally, she got back to me with an answer. She texted me, seeking additional clarification on why I wanted exclusivity. We had a back-and-forth conversation that I won't delve into extensively. Ultimately, she conveyed that she wasn't ready for a relationship. She wanted to focus on herself and determine what she truly desired. She declined my request. She asked if I would be okay with continuing to see her while she dated other men. I requested an in-person conversation to discuss this further and suggested cooking a nice dinner. Unfortunately, she wasn't available until maybe next weekend, which triggered a negative turn of events. I won't go into great detail, but I had an incredibly stressful week, and hearing that the next time I could see her might be after a month of not seeing each other caused me to react badly. I didn't approach the situation as fairly as I should have. I knew she had been regularly seeing friends, but combined with the relationship discussions, it made me feel like she didn't value our time together or what we had. Immediately after sending that message, I felt terrible. I recognized that she had come from controlling and manipulative relationships in the past, and I should have been more sensitive. What I said made it seem like I was entitled to her time. I apologized sincerely, but the damage was already done. She requested some space to figure out the next steps, and I respected her decision. The next day, she sent me a final message. She stated that our relationship was over because we were not at the same stage in our lives. She wasn't ready to settle down and didn't want to inhibit me from finding the partner I was seeking. She forgave my outburst and assured me that she still thought highly of me, thanking me for the positive impact I had on her life. She asked if we could remain friends. I declined her offer. In hindsight, I shouldn't have agreed to continue seeing her while she explored other romantic options. I easily become jealous, and remaining in that situation would have caused resentment to build up. Similarly, I couldn't be just friends with her because my feelings ran too deep. In that scenario, I wouldn't have been able to provide the genuine friendship she deserved. We don't hate each other, it simply didn't work out. Perhaps in the future, when our circumstances change, we will revisit the situation. But for now, this is where it ends. Thank you to everyone for your previous advice and for sticking around. Since this subreddit is about seeking advice, I suppose I should ask for guidance. All I can think about is what to do now. She was the perfect woman for me, but the timing wasn't right. Meeting new people is difficult due to my social anxiety, and as many of you know, the experience of dating apps for men can be unpleasant. It's challenging not to get caught up in the what-ifs. Dr. I asked her to be exclusive, but she declined, expressing her desire for both of us to date other people.